scores! Powers lined up on the left side. Hits the pitch to Johnson. He gets outside. He's in! Mario Johnson! 2-point conversion! The Warriors are up! Unbelievable! 22 points! 16 seconds left!
Welcome to another edition of Coach's Corner. Today we're celebrating a very special day as we start our 20th season with Coach's Corner. 20th. And I've got our great crew here. I'm going to introduce them and have them come out. And I've got first our PA addresser for Shrewsbury High School, Bobby Bigda. Bobby's been with us.
Hey!
Bobby, thank you. 20 years.
Another season. Hi, Michaela, Cam, Kyle. I gotta say hi to my grandpa.
Next, Billy Orfley. Billy Orfley's been with us since the inception of the whole thing.
Since the
So thank you. Thank you. Billy, welcome. 20 years.
Incept season.
Incept season.
Next, our first play-by-play guy, our first voice of the Colonials when we first started. Brought him back from Florida for this special occasion, Billy D'Amelia.
Ho, hey,
Billy.
Billy, good seeing you. Billy, baby.
And we wouldn't be the TV28 broadcast crew without this guy, the voice of the Shrewsbury Colonials, Johnny Mastro.
Johnny boy, hey.
And I'm Nick Tedesco.
The PA addresser. That's your new name.
Everson.
Addresser.
Is that what I said?
Yeah, that's what you said.
Public address addresser. Well, I did that off the top of my head. I didn't have a card or reading anything.
Ad libs is
We
what
do
it's all
that all
about,
the
man.
time.
That's the name of the show. There's not much rehearsal
I
there.
know. There's no rehearsal.
No script, no rehearsal, no agenda.
We get really good.
Really bad.
I believe me, I get the reports on a regular basis,
boy.
and they're not really.
Ratings have gone down.
Southgate.
I was going to say, how's the Southgate rating? Oh, you lost Southgate.
No.
could
It's
that
still right
possibly
up there. No, we're still number one at Southgate.
ESPN uses us as a learning tool.
I see.
What not to do. Don't say what they say. Don't do what they do.
How about this, Billy? I didn't get to go because it was during the week, but the senior center had these three guys up there. It was like 70 people, 75 people, and they wanted to talk to them about sports. It
We
was,
had them captivated.
What autographs? No autograph. Paid autograph? No.
We wanted to, but they said the fee was too high.
What was the men's
What
club?
you would have to pay them was too.
Oh, it was the Shrewsbury Men's Club. It was awesome. We had a great time.
that's
We,
cool.
we kind of like what we're going to try and do here a little bit is
Alright.
talk about where we started at the beginning. 20 years ago. Remember that the very first show?
In the booth.
It was you, Wallace, and myself.
Yeah,
Actually, no, it was you and Terry. Actually, the
I
very
remember
first
all
show.
the work behind the scenes, man, and that's how you earned your Hall of Fame nod. I had to get that in
that's
there. I know
true.
these guys don't want to give you that credit, and they really
They'll have their day.
Yeah,
They'll have their day. Every dog has their day, and let me tell you, they are dogs.
Yeah, but this guy spent hundreds of hours learning the equipment, the machinery, all that backroom stuff, right? And behind the camera, behind the scenes, all those years. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Really happy for
Thank
you.
you. Well, we did get one award that I brought with us right
yeah?
there. I don't know if you saw that or not, Billy.
That's it.
you might not have seen this.
We were recognized back in 2009 by the Hall of Fame, the College Hall of Fame, Joseph R. Mowini Award.
Yeah.
For our work, what we've done, and so we have been
Oh,
recognized as a
man.
group.
And
Everybody got
especially for that was for the Shriners.
Very nice.
When we were doing that
right,
game for them.
right. We're doing the Chowder Bowl every
Nice,
year.
that Chowder Bowl, yeah,
So
yeah,
we've
Let me ask you guys a question. Now, I know you and Johnny started by videotaping your kids' games.
That's right. Yeah.
Getting yelled at by the
But
kids.
where did the idea of coming down to the studio come from?
That's
the two of us.
Yeah.
When we were, well, it started when we were in the
It
Gridiron
started
Club.
with Terry.
Well, it was the Gridiron Club.
Terry
Billy,
came-
no. I know exactly what happened.
No. It's before Terry, man.
Oh, was
Right.
it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Billy and I were talking, and it was his idea because he wanted to broadcast all the games.
Right.
That was what the premise was of the whole Coach's Corner
Right.
idea. And then we started talking to Laurie Bergman
Yep.
because her sons
Her
were
son was
playing,
playing,
and Laurie
yep.
says, "Why don't you guys come down and do a
Yep.
show in the studio, interview the coaches and all
Right.
that?" So that's where we came down, and we took the
Bill May and Mark Serra.
Well, Mark was the guy that taught us.
He did.
Mark
yeah,
has been
yeah.
with us for
And
20
that
years.
explained a lot at the beginning.
I know, that's right.
Took us a while to get out there.
All right, Mark, don't put that mustache on there now. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, really. Now we got the long hair.
Yeah, I started off, I used to have that
Yeah, we
thing
both
there.
did.
Yeah,
We
absolutely.
looked like
Yeah.
Mario and
We all
Luigi.
did. I had the goatee like Billy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had hair.
What about the tux? Remember him in the tux?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, what was that?
That
That was
for
the
the
first.
anniversary?
There was a tuck
think it was the first show.
I remember the show
I
with
think it was
where I
out
wore
of-
the colonial head for the entire show.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that? I was the
remember
mascot.
that.
You don't remember? What are you, stunned or what?
I'm losing my memory.
I remember that.
I went at the entire
The
freaking
tux,
show.
wasn't the tux 10
No.
years?
It may have been 10 years.
Yeah,
Well, you
I think it
here
was
for 10
10
years?
I don't think so. I don't
It
think
may have
so.
been the
No, I don't think it
5-year
was 10
show.
years.
Or
'Cause
maybe it was 5
if
years.
this
It might
is
have been
20
5
years, I've been gone for, man, this is in September. It's
All I
13
remember
years
is
I've
he
been gone.
took all kinds of crap because his tie was red.
Oh, that's right. That's
Don't start
right.
now. I don't want to get Bobby all right. I don't want to do this, all right? Every time we start talking red and the S word, not soccer, I'm talking St. Thomas. There's all the blood just starts,
I have no problem. I just said there's a lot of things in life that are more important than what Johnny's
than
work.
our, but it's a kind of a fun.
It is.
I mean, it's good. It gets you riled up, right? It
It's
gets.
like the Red Sox Yankees, the same
Exactly.
thing. It's the same thing.
I hear you.
I remember what I remember most is the first few shows. Billy did lots of talking and Terry did a lot of this.
Terry was sleeping actually.
It's like,
One thing I do want to say about the
Yeah.
Shrewsbury St. John's thing.
yeah.
The last couple of years, both schools combined to play Legion together.
Oh.
They're about half and half.
No
Back
kidding.
in the
Oh,
end.
that's
They won the
nice.
World Series last year. They almost.
Oh,
won the
a
region.
phenomenal
But
success.
You
I
talk
know.
to every kid on that team, and it's the best thing in the world.
Oh, that's
to
nice.
Play together.
That's nice. That's
really
nice.
have a good time.
I'm glad.
It
I'm glad.
is a
I'm
good
glad.
thing. But during the school year, it's a different.
Yeah. Are we playing each other against?
They
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In what?
Hockey,
Football,
basketball,
everything.
every
Everything.
sport.
Wow.
Every sport. Yeah.
Actually, we've done pretty well. Shrewsbury's done well
Yeah,
against
we
the
have.
last.
Yeah, it's the it is. It's a tough. I mean, obviously they have a bigger crowd, bigger draw, the whole 9 yards, right? But
We won't get into that.
They're fastest. They are. They're, a lot of times they're much bigger than us. But,
Yeah, yeah.
But we've been battling them
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
well over the last
Oh, that's
5,
good.
6 years.
That's
The
good.
year before, not last year, they just dominated us on the line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They dominated us on the
They had
line.
great
And we could
quarterback.
not get at their quarterback.
yeah,
Great.
yeah.
And he
yeah.
just tore us apart.
Oh.
The year before,
Oh yeah.
the year before,
Yeah.
we matched them very well.
Yeah.
And we were at their quarterback every play. As soon as he got the ball, we were on him.
But came up short.
No,
No, we
you won-
beat
you
the
won
crap
two.
out
Went
of
to
them.
Gillette.
I
You don't even know that? You went to Gillette.
No
You were
kidding.
sitting in the booth.
no kidding.
Billy, no, the best part. We go up to our place.
Yeah.
There's a buffet. There's
Yeah.
a smorgasbord. It's beautiful.
Billy must have loved
Oh,
that.
yeah. We're in heaven.
They had to come their way.
About 15 minutes before the game, so all right, let's get down to our booth
Yeah.
and set up. We go down. We got no booth. We're in the radio section. TV section's like all the way across the
no.
thing. The game starts. We're at the elevator. We're watching the game on the monitor. It took us 20. We got there halfway through the first.
I kept on telling them, let's go back, let's go back.
But we ate well.
And that was my first time ever at Gillette.
Yeah.
I kind of in
Really?
the back of my kind of in the back of my mind, I was always like, I'm not going until we go to the Super Bowl.
Oh.
In the back.
Yeah,
of my
yeah,
mind.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But anyways,
That wasn't even the worst thing that day.
We played
got
a
there
team.
late. We forgot the cord. Remember? We forgot part of the equipment to go.
You look at me. You put the white thing in
we
there.
played a team that was like 98.
No kidding.
They were that good.
No kidding.
They were good.
No kidding.
And they rested everybody on Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
They didn't
Oh,
play.
really?
they were undefeated.
Yeah. They said-
Thanksgiving, they got shellacked.
Because they
50
sat
to nothing,
everybody
because
out.
They sat everybody.
Oh yeah.
The quarterback though broke a record, state record for touchdown passes in a career.
Oh, my God.
At 120.
They were good.
Oh,
They
man.
were good.
Yeah, so 98 when we got crushed by, who was that?
Yeah.
Springfield Tech?
Springfield.
No.
Cathedral?
No.
The same one, the same one we
Central?
beat the next year.
Westfield.
Central.
No.
Where Terry came
Meadow?
from.
Yeah.
Huh?
Long Meadow, East Long Meadow.
East
Long
Long
Meadow,
Meadow,
Long Meadow, yeah.
No,
Because
we lost to
To
Springfield
Springfield.
Central.
Central.
Yeah.
98.
I thought we lost to the
No,
same.
no,
No, you're thinking the year before Shrewsbury lost to them. The year before we beat them, we lost.
Billy
98 when we went.
Yeah. Yeah.
97, whenever
Yeah,
it was.
yeah.
We played Springfield Central.
Okay, I can't believe
And they killed us.
Yeah,
And the
we
guy rubbed it in. Remember the
Yeah.
whole thing with Sean at the
Yeah,
end?
that was bad.
And
that
then
was bad.
2000, we played East Longmeadow, and Winston McGregor
Yeah.
Right.
ran over us, through us, and around us. Remember, he jumped
Yeah,
over
yeah.
Brian
That was
Anderson.
99.
And we lost.
And
We
then
lost
That was the
2000.
state.
Right.
That was Worcester State game. Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
that
was the
yeah,
state
yeah,
game.
yeah.
And then the next year,
That was the year
2000.
we went to
Yeah.
Springfield. It was the last game.
Right.
And
21
the
to 20.
athletic,
16
the athletic
seconds
director.
left. Yeah.
Awesome. It was
That was
awesome.
nice seeing that on your intro still.
Yeah, we still got you there,
Yeah,
Billy.
yeah.
So 19 years, and I don't believe we've missed a game. Individually we've missed
Football
games.
game?
Yeah.
We've
We've
done
never
every
missed-
single game in
we've never
19
missed a
years.
No, we've never missed a football game.
No.
One of us has been there.
Every one.
At least one of us has
by
been.
yourself to Fitchburg.
Yeah, I did the
2 years
Fitchburg.
ago.
See me lugging the Fitchburg. It's got that rail that goes up like this, the staircase, and I got all the equipment going up that rail. I go, these
How about
idiots.
basketball? Still do basketball?
Once in a
Occasionally.
while. Once in a while. We've come upon
We ran-
hard times on the girls' side a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm too far away. When
Yeah.
that was
Well,
fun.
I used to do a lot of those alone.
Yeah,
I used to
did.
go.
I
We
did
used to have the
too.
camp. We used to switch quarters.
Exactly. Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
the
That
shoulders
was
were
it was
killing us.
Billy, I did every girls' basketball game for
oh yeah,
5 or 6
for
years.
almost by yourself for a long
I
time.
had
yeah.
I had Stephen Robitaille for a couple
Yeah,
of years,
yeah.
and I had
Kara Howe.
Kara Howe
Yeah.
for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
We went everywhere.
That was
I mean,
But it's to the point, he's busy all the time. He's got
well,
such
after
a
the
long,
Hall of Fame and
Yeah.
the credentials
Stop.
and
he's got
everything.
such a long
you know.
travel.
Yeah.
He's the
Great.
PA announcer.
Yeah.
And me and I collect tickets.
Right, right.
Now we got grandkids.
Yeah, grandkids, man. That's what life is all about.
exactly.
Man. That's the
But we've
best.
been pretty true to football, though.
Yeah.
Football is
Football,
Yeah.
we're-
Football,
yeah,
we've
yeah.
that
Yeah,
we're
that's the
dedicated.
religion.
Baseball, we
It
haven't
is.
done a game, and we rented a U-Haul.
Yeah.
And got
That was the last game we
behind the
did.
plate
No
up
kidding.
At the new high school.
We sat
Remember
in
that
the-
game at Dean Park with
Oh, yeah.
when we
Absolutely.
played St. John's, the
Unbelievable.
Shrewsbury St. John's game?
Todd Cooksey.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was absolutely. Place was electric. I finally won over Nero. He he started like, you really do good at this.
Well, my lasting memory on that game will always be the very end when 500 kids, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Rushed
Ran
the
onto the
field.
Yeah. That was.
It was
great.
like we won the World Series.
That the
It
other
was
great moment we
unbelievable.
had at Dean was the Babe Ruth tournament that we hosted.
Oh, yeah.
That was absolutely
of
because
fun.
the same kind of thing. All those young kids were standing around watching the older kids, and you could see the
The
hero
lights,
worship in their
our
eyes.
Field of
and-
Dreams.
Yeah. That was just awesome.
And I just want to
It was
mention
awesome.
too, I invited 2 other guys to be here today. One of them couldn't be here because he's on vacation. The other guy is in no man's land. I don't know. It was Dennis Mastro.
Oh.
I asked Dendo to come
Yeah,
this morning.
yeah.
I didn't want to forget about
Yeah.
Dendo because he was
Of course, a big
he was
part
there
of
at the
it.
beginning.
Absolutely,
And
absolutely.
the other guy is Ted Early.
Yeah.
Ted Early.
This place should be in the Louvre.
No. But the one that I
It's
always think about.
indefensible.
No, back when we played Wachusett, back in the early days, and we
You're not
all
gonna go there, are you?
because that's how we should end this show. I
You
think.
got us in trouble. You got us in trouble.
Well, how did I get? What did I do?
One
You
play.
don't remember?
One
See,
play.
he doesn't even
He
remember.
doesn't even
What are we
remember.
talking about?
The
What-
first
play.
play of the game, Mario Johnson goes 68 yards around right end.
Yeah.
First offensive play of the game,
game.
and you go, turn out the lights!
We got in trouble for that.
I don't remember getting in trouble.
Friends and I went and sat with Dr. Gudikins for an hour and a half.
Just hey, you know.
Hey, Nicky, this is Billy. Hey, we just got called in. Dr. Gudikins wants us both in there to go
We're
talk
Italian. What the hell can I say? You know, just the way.
We get kicked off of the education channel because of that.
It was true, wasn't it?
Oh, it was.
It was.
But they
weren't
didn't
very
like
good.
it. They didn't like it. They didn't like it.
Well,
They loved
especially
us.
because
We
the
did. They loved us. Are you kidding me?
No, the athletic
parents
director
lo-
from
Yeah.
Wachusett lived in Shrewsbury.
Yeah,
You know
too
what he was
bad.
gonna say.
Well, then there was a time, I don't know if this is public knowledge, and I'm going to be throwing my friend Johnny under the bus completely. I mean, it was much worse than that. Milford we go out to watch
yeah.
Milford
Yeah.
practice in football, and Johnny has a brand new video camera, and he starts videoing the opposition
God, you would've
before
thought-
Thanksgiving.
Oh.
And
You would have thought that I was Watergate.
you were. I'm just trying out my new camera. Yeah,
Patriots
right.
got fined for doing that stuff.
Now, everybody tapes everybody, and it's on the internet. You go on this thing called Huddle,
Yeah.
and you can watch every
Not on the practices before Thanksgiving game at their field when we went out there.
I was ahead of my time.
That's pretty freaking bad.
No, we all went out there to scout.
Were you in a tree or were you standing?
No, he was right in the stands.
It's like that's freaking pre-Belichick.
Really?
That's what. Did you work for Belichick?
Listen, we had a lot of people that
Like a
didn't like us very
Spygate.
much.
That's true. Oh, yeah.
Milford?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now that's the definition of a butt up, and the people are looking up and they're yelling at us.
Yeah. How many times did you get called a-holes during that guy in Milford called us?
Oh yeah. Some people hate it.
I remember at Shrewsbury. I don't remember if you, right? But there was a little girl in the stands at the high school. We're up in the booth doing the game, and I'm seeing this little girl, and she's tugging on her mother, and she's pointing up to me, and I finally, I think that's him. And then I go over and go, yeah, I'm the guy on TV. She goes, no, you're not. Oh, so cute. Oh,
The
great.
thing
funny.
that I think I'm most proud of is the number of kids
Yeah.
that we've had on Coach's
Yeah,
Corner
yeah.
throughout
Oh,
the
yeah.
years.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? Amazes me is so many of those kids, see you down in Florida, so you detached.
yeah.
Now they got their kids.
I know,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I get to follow them on Facebook. I love Facebook. I got to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
That's I keep it in touch with knowing what's going on, the families and
Yeah.
friends and everything
Yeah.
like that.
I
It's
mean,
awesome.
you know, these kids. I can remember. This one always kills me. Chris Lynch.
Yeah.
Chris Lynch, the year we won the Super Bowl. Now I remember when he first came on,
Right.
you know, and he comes and he sits there and Coach says something, I say something, and he starts rattling off, and I go, "What the hell did he just say?" He sounded like Terry. I mean, you know, he's a senior in high. It was amazing.
It was fun watching them come on, and then as they came on more and more, they got more comfortable and stuff like that. But I always did. I loved
The
it.
only one that never, ever got comfortable was Dean Diamantopoulos. if I met him at the gas station,
Yeah.
we'd talk
He'd
for
be
25 minutes.
Yeah, right.
On here,
Yeah.
Yeah.
remember? All the time.
And yet
All the
his
time.
brother's the complete opposite. When Lee
Lee?
comes in, he's been
Oh.
on the show more than anybody.
Yeah.
Right? Hasn't
Yeah.
he?
Yeah, I think
Yeah, I
he
think
has.
he has.
Lee, every year he's nationally ranked in the freshman basketball.
Oh, no kidding. No kidding. Oh, you're done. I was like, what the hell are you
seriously,
talking
he's-
about?
yeah.
He does a good
They
job.
win.
He does
They
a good
win.
15
job.
and 5.
That's great. Every
Wow.
year, by about this time, his hair flocks
Yeah.
it down to here. You know,
Me and
grows
Nikki
it all
have a
summer.
bet so that they get their head shaved. I got one for you.
Yep.
Now, what, 4 or 5 years ago, we were going, no, it had to be more than that, 10 years ago, we were going down in the field,
Yeah.
talk to Terry, our ace reporter.
Yes.
Goes down, comes back up to the booth and he says, I got the first play. He goes, yeah, what's that? He goes, wide right, X, Y, Z, ISO fade. What's that? I don't know.
He got the name of the play. No idea where it's going.
Well, you gotta understand. You told me to go down and get the ball. You told me to understand.
Oh, that's so bad. You guys still do Good Morning Shrewsbury?
Oh, yeah.
We do, but
not
not much.
Not as much.
Not as much as we do.
When did we do Kentucky Derby?
Yeah,
Yeah, we did the Kentucky
was
Derby.
last one.
You
We'll-
don't
we'll
talk
do a
about
little
car
bit
racing at
more.
all?
Oh, yeah, we still.
No.
I still hate it.
I say it's gotta be well-rounded. You can't just pick sports. You gotta talk about all of them.
I haven't
watched
succumbed down
sport
in
in the-
Florida yet. I have not.
You have not succumbed?
No.
That must be
You
hard
haven't
down
driven
there.
up to
It is.
Daytona?
What's that?
Not driven up to
No,
Daytona?
I've been by it, right? But I'm not going to
Didn't
go
kiss the
sit
finish
there.
line or
No,
drink milk or
no.
whatever it is?
I got to tell you, it's an impressive freaking place. I mean, it's like,
It is, I've been
oh
there.
my God.
I didn't see a race either. I just stopped there. and
Yeah.
looked at it,
I mean, it's,
All the years you were, well, one full year you worked in Milwaukee,
I was there almost 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Did you go to a Packers game?
No.
Not
I
one.
should have. Nah.
Wow.
I should
You
have.
probably
Well,
couldn't get
I was
in.
usually home on weekends, number one, you know,
Okay.
and a couple times I thought about going, fuck it. probably 30 below zero. Like what the
Yeah,
heck?
really.
Watch it on TV.
I've been to Milwaukee once. I went to Milwaukee County Stadium.
Oh yeah?
Saw a Brewers game.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's
I
how
watched
on, isn't it?
Hideo Nomo pitch for the LA Dodgers that
Yeah,
game.
they got a brand new stadium there. It's beautiful.
Yeah, if they were building it,
Yeah.
right, you could see it.
So, Bill, you were still here when the kids played at the new field, right?
Yes, yes,
you
I
went
was.
in that
Yep.
press box.
Yep.
Good news, that press box will be torn down and
Yeah.
another one built.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, we got
Wasn't
that
your
little
favorite place?
band.
I
Oh,
know,
it's
that was-
terrible.
No, we're not getting any smaller, and the space was getting smaller.
So is the field just ready now? I mean, is this
Field,
ready.
the
I mean,
field
but it-
would be
field is
is
ready.
ready.
For the season.
By the end of
work
this week, the field would be ready, but the track has got to be done.
Oh, but this season they're going to play
Yes.
on that field.
Yes. End of September, early October.
Oh, is it? So they're
End of September, early October, they're planning a huge dedication event, and that's what's going to
Are
happen.
they having all away games till that point?
I was going to say, when,
I think they will. They're going to have to.
it starts beginning of September season.
They're going
Right?
to have to.
Right after Labor Day.
Billy,
What are you
last,
talking 3 weeks?
2 years
Yeah,
ago?
I know.
2 years ago, the year we went to the Super Bowl, we had a homecoming, right? Where we had food trucks.
Oh,
Billy.
yeah.
It was,
That
it was a little piece of Americana.
No kidding.
We
Oh.
had 4,000 or 5,000 guys, people here, for the event
Yeah.
and for the St. John's football game.
Really?
Yeah.
They
Food
had
trucks
food
and
trucks,
photo booths.
photo
Wow.
booths. They had, you know, each
Wow.
club, the
Yeah, ski
Glee
team
club,
had,
the
yeah,
ski
yeah.
club,
Slush-
everybody had a booth.
Oh my God.
And 5 food trucks, and they all sold out.
Every one of them sold
It was
out.
about,
Sold
about 80
out.
degrees.
And it was
Wow. How much was
a
it?
great
80
game.
degrees.
No kidding.
The only bad
Beautiful
thing
thing.
about it, there was no place to park.
Yeah.
You know, people were parking down at Billy's driveway. Mary was selling tickets, $10.
I'm serious, I'm serious. When we play St. John's now, they have cops down at the light.
Yeah.
Because people are parking down there.
That's,
It's
that's great.
unbelievable.
That's great.
It's
That's a great
unbelievable.
rivalry.
Yeah,
man.
it
That's-
is.
that's-
It was a little piece of Americana. It was
That's
fabulous.
That's
It
nice.
was.
And it was
That's
a
nice.
great game. It went down
was
to
a
the
great
last
game.
play.
It was a
Yeah.
great game.
Hey, bouncy houses and
Yeah, they had
Wow,
stuff for the
holy
kids. It was
cow.
I think PJ O'Connell was the originator,
Yeah.
right?
I think so.
He's
Okay.
the one that set it
And the
all
pizza.
up. It was,
You had pizza, that
Oh,
free
yeah,
pizza
pizza.
that night.
they had a pizza truck there, Billy.
I went down for halftime, tried to get another one.
Yeah.
They were sold
sold
out.
out
He
at
says,
halftime.
to me, there was a line from here down the end of the building. And he says, can you tell them we have no more pizza? I said, no!
You notice everybody out there, the theme always comes back to one subject, right? It always comes back to the same subject, okay?
We're still giving Mike Fontecchio, he still hasn't asked over for meatballs.
How many years ago was that?
The other
We
thing,
started
the other
ragging
thing I
him.
wanted to say too is what I'm most proud of here is, I always remember Terry
Yeah.
in the beginning, and some of the things he said.
Right.
That will remain between us.
Yeah.
But he always wanted to build a program,
Yep,
and guess what?
he did it.
It's a program.
Absolutely. No
It's a
question
program
about it.
now.
No question
It is.
about it. Yeah, no, he
I mean,
really,
you know, Terry and John are two completely opposite end coaches.
Yep.
Terry was always a happy
Yep,
coach.
yep.
And John is a little bit more stoic, and but they
Same
have-
results.
They do have the same
That's
results.
great, yeah, no, that's
100.
great.
I think they had 100 on the team last year.
100 last year, yeah. Yeah. And
Remember that days they used to Sean had to go in the halls and try to recruit people.
Yeah, well, I get you. So I still like to think that our little group, you know, started the fire but right before Terry came, right?
Right,
Because
that's true.
the Shrewsbury football before that for like how many years? Like 20 years, right?
was awful.
Remember when we were first going, when our
awful.
kids were freshmen, and so, you know, there was 50 people at the game, the parents, and that was it. And by that senior year when we went to Super, the town was electric.
And it was your boys. It was your boys that inspired our boys.
That's right.
That's how I like to
And
I
that's
like
what
to look
took
at
it
that
off.
way. I gotta
That's
tell
it.
you.
It was Billy.
Yeah.
Billy, remember Billy walking through the high school with all the kids and telling them about.
Billy would go over to the
Shrewsbury
middle
High?
school and see them.
Right.
I tell
And
you,
the kids would clamor around
This
him.
is this embarrassing story about Billy, right? So he's doing the eighth. So Billy was pretty good looking guy, the football captain, blah 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 blah, right? Goes to the eighth grade, the middle school, to go over and encourage those kids. So the ones that signed up for him, you know, that happened to be on the female side of the persuasion, quite a few, right? So anyway, one of them comes, the mother comes up and talks with Pat. She's going, Billy was going through the group, and my daughter was with her with all her friends, right? And Billy had a candy, and he dropped the wrapper in the thing. My daughter took the wrapper out, brought it home, put it under her pillow.
Oh my gosh, that's unbelievable.
Absolutely.
That's unbelievable.
Cracked me
Well,
up.
he was a star.
Oh, yeah,
Billy
it
was
was
a
one time.
star.
Well, he
That was
inspired
fun.
all the kids to
He
come
did.
there.
Well, that whole
Absolutely.
class, I mean, they all kind of stayed, right? That class didn't go to St. John. The
did,
better
they all-
athletes in that class stayed together. The Brian O'Connors and, you know.
Listen to me. I don't care what anybody says. I spent 3 years watching Billy play football.
Yeah, thanks, yeah.
And I've watched for another 20 years. And we've had some great, we've had some
absolutely.
great running backs.
Absolutely. Mario
Johnson.
Billy Orfalea.
Billy Orfalea.
Yeah.
Dennis Molinari.
We've had
Lots
a lot of good
Yep.
ones.
in my opinion, your son was the best running back we ever had.
Thank you, that's very nice.
And the reason I say that is nowadays, these kids get 20, 25 carries, 30 carries. Billy got 12
Billy
carries.
never got 20 carries in a game
Never.
in his entire career.
Never.
Never.
My son averaged 29
Really? Wow.
his senior year.
Wow.
29.
He didn't play defense. He didn't play
Billy.
defense his senior year
Right.
because Todd Cooksey stepped up and moved in at cornerbacks, and he didn't have to play. So.
We didn't have that luxury when Billy
No.
was a
No,
freshman.
they're all playing.
When my son Billy was a freshman, this is how few people we had in the program. he was playing offense and defense and special
Kicking
teams
turns,
as a
kickoff,
freshman,
yeah.
right? But then what you don't know, and a lot of people don't know, is he played the JV games.
Michael did the same thing.
In the same week, so he was playing 2 full football. We didn't have enough people to actually feel.
Michael
That's
did the
pretty
same
sad.
thing.
It was
That's pretty
yeah.
sad.
Michael, he was young. He didn't understand at the time. But, you remember the year we went up to North Middlesex? We got off the bus. There's 120 kids going, "Whoa!" We had lost.
Yeah.
We had lost that game before we even walked on the field.
It's true.
But the year when remember we go to the nights, there'd be 40
Right,
people
right,
there.
right.
Well, the year we went to the Super Bowl, there was 130 people
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
There was cars, and he goes, "Where were all these people last year?"
But remember, Billy, you're right. We did have a great impact on making this thing happen. I mean, if that's patting yourself on the
Yeah,
back,
but I think, yeah.
we're patting ourselves on the back.
Yeah.
But you
Two
think
words.
back to the Gridiron Club. I remember
Yeah.
being at a Babe Ruth baseball game, and you coming over to me and said, Terry Wallace wants to start a Gridiron Club.
Yep.
He wants to have a meeting with all of us, so we're getting the meeting going, and that's where it all started.
Yeah, absolutely.
It started with
Yeah.
that Gridiron
Yeah,
Club.
yeah.
It did.
It was
and
awesome.
and it took off, and
In all 20 years, the favorite moments are when the parents say they appreciate what we
Oh,
do.
don't you love
They
that?
love what we do.
Yep.
Don't give it up.
Yep.
Stay with our boys. The second, and mostly, and as equal as the first, is the kids coming back
I know.
and saying thank you.
I know.
We
I
missed
know.
you.
I
I mean,
agree.
we loved everything you did
Wonderful
for us.
feeling.
Thank you.
Yeah, 'cause
And
we've
that's
done
in
this
all
all for the
20
kids.
Yeah, of course, we were the homers of all time, which didn't hurt the
yeah.
cause at all. But I'm like, why would we ever change that? This is our town, and we weren't nasty to the other teams. We just really
We're
all the
still
superlatives for us.
not really tight with the refs.
no, we still, the refs still hate us.
Yeah.
Johnny was always the worst about that.
Dennis!
Oh yeah, no, you're right. I take it back. Dennis has created a whole new Facebook, and Dennis is like, wow. When he threatened to get off Facebook, I was gonna cry.
Well, they threatened FBI.
Dennis, I love you, baby. Don't ever change.
Anyway, Billy and I go to a basketball game at WPI, one of the playoff games. I don't know if Shrewsbury was even
Yeah,
playing.
you were there. I was there.
We all go in there, and the group of the refs, there they are.
You guys don't know anything about football.
Yeah, how about Thanksgiving?
right.
It's a basketball
Thanksgiving
game.
morning, we go to IHOP for our
Yeah.
annual tradition in
Yeah.
there, and the ref see us coming walking in. He goes, "Oh, here we go, here we go."
Who would want to hear it from my
Hey, we got less than a minute to go.
The other
So
thing,
this has
the other
been
thing
nice.
I want to
Yeah,
say
this
is,
has been
Billy,
nice.
I played football in high school.
Yeah.
Bobby played, Billy played basketball. I would give anything to have a film of my.
I know.
These kids got 20 plus
Yeah,
years
no,
of that.
it's awesome. Yeah,
It's unbelievable.
You're right. Hearing that from the kids and the parents makes you feel like $1 million bucks.
It is.
really
It is.
does. And there's the ground. Then go ahead, do
There
your
you go.
thing, there, buddy.
Well, Billy, I just think it would be great to say thank you, first of all, that you came back and being
Yeah.
on the show, but I think it'd be also a good way for you to wrap up the show.
Turn out the light. The party's over.
I love it when you sing, Billy.
Great to see you, boys. All right.
Good job.
Hey, a little group hug here. Who let the dogs out?
That was no fit.